Hey everyone, Rich here, and this is a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Now it's approaching its second birthday. March 8th, 2019 was when it first released, and I want to show you guys the design, the performance, the gaming, the camera, and everything about this phone and how it's been after 2 years in use. And with the release of the iPhone 12 and the upcoming release of the Galaxy S21, I think it's fair to say that we are always obsessed with the latest and greatest phones coming out that we tend to forget what truly brought us here. So I just really want to show some love to the S10 Plus. You know, I guess you could think of this video as more of a appreciation video. But before any of this, if you could please hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. You know, it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's just get right into the review. So design is probably the most underlooked and overlooked selling point of any phone on the market. So let's start off with that first. The screen has an oval cutout at the top right for the two front-facing cameras, a 10 megapixel main shooter and an 8 megapixel depth camera. The space next to the cutout is used for status information, so you know it isn't that too distracting other than a notch. And you know, at first I thought, as many of us when this phone first released, that it was going to be bothersome, but it actually isn't. And I think I got accustomed to having that camera notch cut out there. The S10 Plus is made with a 6.4-inch screen and a 3040 by 1440p pixel dynamic AMOLED resolution. Now this is a gorgeous display with pretty good color contrast, and it kind of blew me away with how sharp this smartphone screen really is. The pixel density is a stunning 551 ppi, and that's pretty good considering how much pixels you're cramming into the smartphone. In addition, the display has up to 1200 nits of brightness, which fares pretty well in the night and daytime, and the screen stretches over the sides, giving a nice curved display finish. And I love how everything looks on the super high resolution screen, from viewing YouTube videos, Netflix, even just scrolling through Instagram and seeing amazing photographs. It's always pleasing to the eye. And it's almost a little addicting to see how beautiful the screen actually is. And all of this is wrapped in a superior glass build. You can see here that I have the Prism Blue version of this phone. And with the Galaxy S10 Plus, you're definitely getting an object that feels expensive. It's big, made from a gorgeous premium feeling material. Everything's tight, nothing's cheap, and I still feel like a king holding this phone 2 years later. Next is the fingerprint sensor. So I'm sure most of us remember that the Galaxy S10 Plus is the first US phone with an under-display ultra fingerprint sensor. Yeah, it works well. It definitely could be better, but let me tell you, I mean, your fingers really need to be dry. You kind of have to hit it on the right spot for it to work. You know, I'm sure when most of us tried using this phone, it was kind of tricky because of how exact Samsung wanted this to be. You know, some of my S10 Plus users out there can definitely relate. Now, of course, you can always switch to having face recognition that could work too, but you know, if all else fails, the old passcode lock is a great choice to go. Alright, next is performance. So, the S10 Plus packs the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 octa-core CPU and a whopping 8GB of RAM on this 128GB model. And on paper, this is pretty impressive even by today's standard. If you want to compare this to average price $500, you know, Walmart or Target laptop, yeah, it's pretty much faster than that. Now, since the release of the newer Snapdragon 865 and Apple's A14 Bionic chip, it may seem a little bit daunting, you know, but I'm sure the CPU will continue to pack a huge punch 2 to 4 years even from now. In addition, the modem inside the phone supports 4G. I'm not entirely sure if the support for 5G yet. It's running the latest Android 10 update, which boasts a ton of new security features, smart reply, sound amplifier, and all that good stuff. But with all that technical stuff, how does it perform? You can see here that I'm scrolling through the apps, rearranging them with little to no lag at all. It's really smooth and fluid. Games work super fine here as well. Here's an example. You know, I'm playing COD Mobile, and you can see that it's running pretty damn good. You know, we're looking at a constant 30 frames here, not that much lag, and impressive details to graphics. Now, with all that going on, what's going to power the smartphone? Well, it's a 4100 milliamp battery that's packed in here that will. And at first, this phone was able to get around 7 to 9 hours on-screen time usage maximum. and the battery health on this phone is now around 76% full capacity. So I was looking around maybe around 3 to 5 hours of on-screen time. With any lithium-ion batteries on any phone, it's tend to degrade. So you guys can tell me in the comment section if your S10 Plus is having some battery issues and stuff like that. Personally though, it's not too bad for me, not too bad. Like I said, around 3 to 5 hours on-screen max time. Moving right along, how's that camera? So as you know, I mentioned the front two facing cameras. They are more or less good. It's definitely not jaw-dropping, and the camera always exposes all the time, and I guess it really has to do with the auto-focusing, but using this phone to take photos of your friends or at a vacation spot will definitely do the job. The back camera features a triple facing camera, the primary, the ultra wide, and the telephoto lens, all within a range of 12 to 16 megapixels, and I think an f1.5 to f2.4 aperture on all those three lenses. And so the camera doesn't lack. There's full 4K recording on this phone, which is really nice. There are plenty of YouTube videos on it, which shows like the Galaxy S10 Plus, cinematics. People are making full-fledged, short indie films with this. But if you guys want to see me do a camera test on this or something, comment down below. Let me see if you guys really want to see it. But all in all, how's this phone doing after 2 years of use? I gotta say, it's still going strong. It still has many features that's crammed into this device, as well as a very powerful processor, which definitely will stand the test of time in the next few years. If you already have this phone, good for you. Tell me how it is. Do you like it? Are you planning to upgrade from it? Are you going to stay? And if you're looking to get this phone, ask away. Just come on, ask me questions. This phone is at a very reasonable price now at this time. I think S10 Pluses go as low for as maybe like 300 and as high as maybe like 700, 800 for the newest models. And you wouldn't be missing out on anything new if you're gonna get this phone now. So that's my 2 years later review of the Galaxy S10 Plus. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button for more content on the way. And thank you so much for watching. So until next time guys, I will see you then.